Hey everybody, Rachel Miner here. I had to hop on my phone. For some reason, my camera was not working on my computer today. But I wanted to hop on here today for our sugar detox challenge this week and talk about why it's not your fault. We grow up, we all know life does not come with a manual. Life does not come with a manual. Parenting doesn't come with a manual. Being a kid doesn't come with a manual. We're just all trying to figure it out. We're all trying to live life day to day, figure out goals, figure out jobs, figure out, how to raise kids, all those things. Well, one of the things that, we've got to figure out is our health. We've got to figure out our health. We've got to figure out how we can be healthy, and do everything we're supposed to do. There's always like that checklist, like you're supposed to eat right, you're supposed to exercise, you're supposed to, do all these things. And sometimes it's hard because you're not quite sure what direction to go, where to start. And, this week we're starting with sugar. That's something small we can start with. And sugar affects our health in so many ways. So many ways that we don't even know. And I think that it just compounds and we just have no idea how much that sugar is affecting our health. Well, sometimes when you grow up and you got junior high and high school, maybe you take a class that's like a health class. Maybe you take a class that talks about like calories, a little bit of fat burning here and there, calories in, calories out. Maybe you talk about like the food pyramid, the food groups, eating your fruits and vegetables. And, they talk about like stay away from sweets and sugars and fats, but they don't really talk about like gut health and how to be healthy and how your gut health affects everything and how sugar affects that gut health. So really, it's not your fault. It's not your fault that you're like trying to like exercise and eat right and you're not getting anywhere. You're not reaching your goals because nobody educates on gut health. Nobody talks about like how the food industry has put sugar into everything we purchase. Everything in a package has sugar in it, and how that sugar is like 10 times the amount that our body needs. I'm at fault too. I'm not here to tell anyone that like I am perfect in anything. I'm not here to diagnose anyone, tell anyone how to treat anything. Like I'm here to educate just as much as everybody is. So that food industry, they realized right on the bat that, early on that sugar is addictive. If they put sugar in things they manufacture, then we'll purchase more and we'll have that desire that we talked about yesterday and how it attacks the vagus nerve and how it tells you want more and you want more and you just desire it. And that's that gut-brain connection that it is telling your brain you need more, you want more, you can't live without it. That's why people, they're addicted to a Coke or something and they try to come off it and then they have headaches and they can't live without it because their body is physically addicted to the sugar in whatever it may be. For some people it's soda pop, some people it's chocolate, some people it's pills and sugary candy and things like that. And so that sugar, we all have good bacteria and bad bacteria in our bodies. And that bad bacteria, Candida, it feeds on sugar. It feeds on sugar. It thrives on sugar. It's what is telling your body you need more sugar all the time, okay? So that Candida, when it gets fed with sugar, it acts like roots on a tree. And it like gets these deep roots and it goes out into your body and it just causes havoc everywhere. And it causes autoimmune issues and it causes allergies and it causes maybe like emotional issues. Like as a kid, I was somebody that like my mom knew that if I had sugar, like I was always hyper, bouncing off things and stuff like that because that sugar just affected me. My blood sugar balance was always off and it affected me so much that like a lot of kids probably who have like ADHD, those kinds of things that have a hard time sitting still, like sugar's contributing to that. Sugar's affecting that. I know I have a son that like has some issues and when we finally put him on probiotics, like it doesn't change who he is. It doesn't take away his personality, but it made him able to handle things a whole lot better. It made him be able to not get so frustrated. And believe me, he still has his days, but it's a lot better when he's balanced. It's a lot better when he's taking his vitamins. And so, your body is able to absorb nutrients better when you don't have so much sugar and your candida is not so high. And when you can get that candida under control, those things like immune, stress, you're able to handle stress better in your life because you're able to have an immune system that works properly. And so all of those issues are all affected by sugar, and nobody educates about it. Nobody talks about it. If you go into a doctor and you have issues and you're like, I have fatigue, I don't sleep, I have depression, he's just going to put you on a medication that's a Band-Aid. He's going to put you on a medication that's going to help suppress the immune system, clear up those allergies, make you feel happy. But it's the medication that's doing it, and it's not getting to the root of the issue. He doesn't even educate you on gut health. He doesn't educate you on how to heal your body so that you actually can get rid of those issues instead of just having to be on Band-Aids for the rest of your life. And what usually happens is you're put on a medication, and then you have all these side effects from that medication, and then you have to be put on another medication from that medication, and it's just this vicious cycle. And nobody ever talks about the gut health, and nobody talks about the sugar. And so that's one thing I want to educate people. Hopefully you're working on your sugar chart for today. Everyone, if you didn't hear it yesterday, okay, everyone needs to write down a breakfast, lunch, and a dinner, and write down everything they've eaten, and write down the sugar content next to it. So, because the first step in cutting sugar out is realizing how much you're eating, okay? So if you haven't done that yet, there's still a chance to do it. We have a giveaway that you can get a 7-day trial of Slim, which is the best blood sugar balancer there is out there that'll help you with those sugar cravings. So everyone that does that by tonight and posts their picture in the comments and shows me they did it will all be entered into the drawing for that 7-day packet of Slim. So pull out your papers, get your pens, write down breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and what you would typically have, or what you did have today and yesterday. So you could write yesterday's breakfast, lunch, dinner, or last night's dinner, this morning breakfast and lunch, and then write down what you ate next to it and write down the amount of sugar in it, because that's the first step, is to evaluate what you're eating, evaluate what you're doing, evaluate what's going in you, and that's how you're going to be able to see how much sugar you have in your diet. Okay, so write down all that sugar content, take a picture of it, post it in the comments so we can all help each other out. If you don't really want to post what you did, you can say done, and just put a sugar total in there. And then everyone that does that, I'll give a drawing for a 7-day Slim, because that's going to help you with your blood sugar. And that's going to help educate. So I'll give you some more information as we go and some more challenges along the way. Hopefully everybody was able to find all of those menus and shopping lists and recipes for some good meals to start incorporating into your diet and to start eliminating that sugar. Okay, everyone have a great day.